Hello everyone and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park with our 7th race of the fall season. It's a bright and sunny day, but don't let that deceive you. It is very cold out here, so we're going to be looking at cold tires, maybe a little bit less traction than people are anticipating as they round these corners, but they've had plenty of heat races and qualifying to try to heat up the tires and get used to the track as much as they can, but now they're slowing down, going 2 by 2 for this. Who are the people who were unfortunate and didn't quite make it into the final and have to do this last chance qualifying?
That would be Silas Hill and Baran in the front row, followed by, I think that's Daniel Charlton, and I can't tell who that is from this distance. Unfortunate. We will get that information to you in the top right corner when it refreshes, but here we go.
All right, I'll pan over to the green flag. The flag's waved and they're away. We're going to see how they split up there near the back. They're looking to get about 3 or 4 wide into there. Will they make it cleanly through roller coaster? We've been seeing some incidents through the heat races here, and it hasn't been the case that much, but it looks like in this last chance qualifying, they have made it through cleanly. I don't see anyone stuck in any barriers. There might have been minor contact that people are going to be annoyed about, but for the most part, they're still all living. We're going to see some 2-wide action up at the top of Light Bulb, and into the top of the world they go. We saw a lot of people fall off at the beginning of the race in the final during the wet, but in the dry, it's quite easier to keep it on track in this reverse directions.
Yeah, it is dry, but it's also really cold. The track is warming up, though. Last time I checked, the temperature is around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, but it looks like we've got mostly a train settled. It looks like Scott Miller made his way into 4th place. I'll get those top 4 names for you shortly, but I think Baran and Silas maintained their 2nd and 1st positions respectively.
Yeah, there's a huge gap building between 3rd and 4th.
It's still hard to tell who's in Oh, no, that's Daniel Charlton in 3rd. I recognize that helmet. So our top 4 are Silas, Baran, Daniel, and Scott. That's our top 4 right now. I think that is Kirk Strong chasing 5th, I think. It looks like it. Yes, it is. No, wait, it's Kirk Strong in 5th, chasing 4th. I worded that incorrectly. My bad.
Yeah, it looks like all the people are still in the race.
Someone got spun.
Oh, no.
Big chain reaction, and someone panic locked up at the end. So unfortunate for the reverse podium, as I would call.
Person's cutting across through the grass there, but it's like...
It's inconsequential.
It's really hard to get up that hill, and they've lost all that time.
Yeah. So it looks like there's going to be a battle in the midfield. They're entering bus stop now. They're side by side through bus stop. Again, really hard to tell who these people are. They're wearing white helmet, gray black sweater. That's the play today when it gets cold.
Everyone's got the same winter gear. They're all shopping at the same place as we see 2 by 2 through turns 5 and 4, and they're going to be 2 wide coming out of there, but it's the person on the outside with the advantage as they have all the momentum. Will they be trying to get a cheeky 2nd position? Will they try to dive on the inside? No, they're going to bump a little bit into the back of him going into turn 3. He's going to try to take the inside, which becomes the outside into the follow-up corner, so he might actually lose out in all this. As he's stuck on the outside, but he's able to hold his momentum and keep the position there for that little bit of a battle there.
It looks like we finally got the timings updated. They're using a new system, and it doesn't update until about lap 2. So our top 4 currently are Silas, Baran, Daniel, and Kirk, like I said. Oh, Kirk got past Scott. All right, so Scott's now in 5th. And those 2 that were battling are Aiden and Angelo, that I could not name earlier. But
where's this battle taking place at?
Light Bulb. They are entering top of the world now, but the battle's kind of died. Just kidding.
Just kidding, yeah. I see what you mean there.
I mean, it's not the battle that kind of died. It's his race that kind of died. My bad.
Oh, was there a crash that I missed?
Yes, I guess you missed him
I was looking
off.
at this battle here.
Oh, that's the battle of Scott Miller and Kirk Strong. The battle for 4th. So that is a good battle to focus on because whoever comes in front in this battle moves on to the final. Whoever doesn't win this battle loses out.
Yeah, and you do not want to lose out. But also, winning means that you've also have an extra 20 minutes of hardship and racing, which I guess for these guys is exactly what they want.
That's more of a reward than anything. You'll get more points that way. That's why they're here.
Yep. Trying to get as many points as they can as we're in the penultimate race of the fall season.
Yes, this is race 7 of 8 of the fall season. We're going to have one more race of the season after this, in which the champion will be crowned. Most likely Paulo.
Most likely Paulo. I haven't done my due diligence. I don't know if he's already won yet. Like if it's impossible for him to lose.
Yeah, I don't think he's clinched it, but it's looking really good for him.
All he has to do is not come in last place in the final race, I think it is at this point.
I think there's more to it than that. I think he has to... because the rules say that your lowest score gets dropped, this is just in case you have to miss a race or you get sick or something.
Does he have a super low score to drop?
Yeah, Paulo did have a bad-ish day, I think. So, we could check the records afterwards. Or we could just wait 2 weeks and see who's the winner.
Yeah, see who's the winner. It's probably super close if he doesn't win first place. Something like that, I don't know.
So, Scott is still hounding Kirk for 4th place.
The all-important 4th place.
Yeah, the race has mostly settled down from what I can see. Everybody's racing their own race.
Yeah,
Baron's trying to catch up to Silas in first.
If I were to describe what Scott is doing now, I think it would be something along the lines of trying to download his moveset. Because at the moment, he's like right behind him, just following his every move. And eventually he's going to spot that weakness.
Actually, I think what Scott has his eyes on is Daniel Charlton, who's in 3rd. They're both catching up to him. I saw there was a little bump draft down the front straight and out of turn 1 that Scott gave Kirk. Scott's very calculated with this, and he can see that they're both catching up to Daniel. And it's entirely possible Scott's going to go for that 2-for-1 pass and make Daniel pay for it. So Daniel is going to have to pick up the pace.
Yeah, here we see Daniel right now in frame. He's pushing as much as he can, but little does he know the danger that's looming right behind him.
And I saw Daniel peek his head to the left, see if there's anyone on the inside. He wouldn't have seen them, so he may think he's in the clear when in fact he's actually in danger of getting caught up. It looks like he's picked up the pace just a bit. I may be wrong. Daniel...
The gap does look like it has grown a little bit. But
just a bit.
That's also the back straight where the gap will be the largest.
Yeah. The gap is kind of steady.
Oh, I thought I saw some two-wide action for a second there from Scott.
Not quite. Yeah,
but he fell back into place.
If I know Scott at all, it's that he's only gonna pull the trigger once he's lined up the shot. If he's gonna go make the move, he's gonna go for it and make it stick. As we see some action down into roller coaster, Harb on the inside. Not quite.
Yeah, he bounces over the curb there. Almost makes a move there. I think he even touches grass a little bit, but not quite. But we are seeing him trying to make a move around the outside of light bulb there. But no, he's just setting up his momentum. Maybe he'll try to make a dive on the inside of Top of the World, and there it is.
Yep.
That's the move right there. The inside of Top of the World is such an easy move to make if the person behind isn't paying attention.
It's an easy move to make if you just leave the door wide open. So that's really unfortunate to whoever just got past there. I can't tell who it is from this distance. But yeah that was a textbook move.
Yeah, I think I got past there about like 5 times before I was like, maybe I should close that door. And then I took advantage of other people not closing the door, and it's just, it's definitely like a Pro-Am secret strategy. And there's Harb, 2 wide again on the outside of turn 2.
Generally,
looking to make an undercut.
Doesn't quite make it work. He gets the door closed on him. Really ambitious move from the outside of 2.
Harb loses a lot of time with these moves.
Yeah, that's the problem with being super ambitious with your attack. You just end up losing time as he goes down the inside again into roller coaster, and he makes the move. Brilliantly, bravely done by Harb. Unfortunately, it's nowhere near where he needs to be to get into the final, but every position scores you more points. So he's going to be scoring more points than he would have. So it's a net positive.
Yeah, inside of roller coaster is such a scary move to make, and it's really cool that he was able to make it work.
Back to the battle for 4th. Scott Miller's still hounding. It looks like everyone's converging onto 4th. Daniel in 3rd, Kirk in 4th, Scott in 5th, and Aiden Romine joining the battle in 6th.
Yeah, Aiden Romine's pretty quick if I remember right.
He is very quick. I mean, he's quick enough to catch up to the battle. As I say that, the battle spreads out. I'm sure it'll close back up.
No, it's closing up real good. Like
Daniel Charlton, who is
Daniel Charlton here. He's been caught up. That gap is very small compared to the last time we checked up on him.
I think Kirk sees that and he's decided to step on the gas. I think Kirk knows that Scott's behind him and he can push because he knows Scott's behind him. He's not going to get attacked because they know they can get a 2-for-1 using Daniel Charlton here. So Daniel's going to have to pick up the pace. I'm not sure if Daniel knows he's in great danger here because we still have a lot of race to go. And the pace difference is just slightly big enough that this could explode toward the end.
Yeah, if you look at the top right of your screen there, we have last lap information, fastest lap information, and of course the gap between the leaders. And you can just see how that's been slowly coming down between third and fourth there.
They're closing up 1/10 to 2/10 a lap on Daniel, so he's gonna have to pick up the pace or put on his defensive gloves.
Yeah, with these 20-minute races, strategy is a really huge part of it. And we're definitely seeing that coming out with this battle for fourth place.
So it looks like Silas is just running away with the lead. Baran is comfortably in second. I'm sure he'll like to get in the final. He's basically got a free ticket as long as he doesn't spin on his own volition, which he shouldn't. Yep. But, oh boy, everything's converging into third place. They have caught up to Daniel, and knowing Scott, he's going to bump draft the ever-loving crud out of... Yep, he's given the bump draft. Scott is bump drafting Kirk, which is allowed in the rules to bump draft down the straightaway. And they're just going to catch right up to Daniel. And Daniel, while he does get a better run down through Roller Coaster and Double Apex, they're consistently catching up to him. And I can sense that Aiden also can see this, and he's going to want a piece of that. So this...
this is all going to converge for this epic battle for fourth place that is needed to move on.
So, yeah, it's a four-way battle for third, meaning basically the front half of this pack of four is going to move on to the final, whereas the bottom half of this pack of four, and everyone behind, will not move on to the final.
Don't we normally see Aiden and Scott here in the final?
Yes and no. It's off and on, but they're usually they are definitely final runners, but we've seen them in LCQ before.
Here they go around the
turn 3.
Yeah, the hairpin of turn 3 into the hairpin of turn 2.
Yep, turn 2. They are going in the reverse direction today, which is why we're calling the names out backwards. But yeah, they're rounding turn 1 now down the front straight, and oh boy, they are in attacking range. They'll keep it clean, though. They're not close enough to make the move this lap, but I'm sure Daniel should be able to hear them right behind him. It's audible to hear 3 carts behind you if there's no one in front of you. So I'm pretty sure Daniel has sensed that, oh no, they're catching up to me. I should...
He's effectively in slipstream range now, so...
Oh, yeah.
Scott hasn't been able to get past... And actually, do I see a little bit of too wide there? Nope.
That was just Scott taking the optimal line, because if you're basically going to bump the person out into top of the world like that, you're only going to slow yourself down. So Scott just giving himself some space to accelerate before tucking back in.
Yeah. Now, of course, it should be noted that we do have a first and second place in this race. They're just so far ahead.
Yeah, you can see the gap ahead. I can't see it because the windows are covering, but...
Yeah, so these are first and second place running free.
That's Silas in first.
And then shortly behind, we have the battle.
Yep. We got Silas in first, Baran in second. They're going to be
Which is kicking off because now they're bumper to bumper through here. Charlton having to take a defensive line through turn 2.
Charlton's definitely playing defensive now. He knows that they're on his bumper, so he's going to probably do nothing but take defensive lines. If he's too defensive, though, because there's so many people behind him, he may just get caught up into an unfortunate thing. As we see Aiden looking down the inside, peeking to see a move, but it's not quite going to work.
Yeah, not quite there. Aiden is just going to be doing his best Sergey impression through the rest of this race to try to keep everyone behind him.
That would be Daniel if you're using that.
Or Daniel Charlton's going to be doing his best Sergey impression.
They're all going to be doing their best Sergey impression because Sergey's been in all of these positions before. And did we just see...
And look, there's
Scott round the outside! And that turns into the inside of bus stop. Scott makes the move.
And then Aiden takes advantage of it, tries to get a little bit too wide, but it's not quite able to make it work there.
So yeah, Scott makes the move. And now it's Kirk who's in the hot seat. And that actually gives Daniel some breathing room. But I think all of these racers behind Daniel know that they're just going to
Oh, a mistake.
A mistake. Kirk overcooks it. And that just drops him back. Really
Aiden
unfortunate.
takes the position, and now it's on Aiden to try to get out of that last chance qualifying disqualification zone.
And I think what Scott's going to want to do now is pass Daniel sooner rather than later, because Scott is in the Scott's in fourth, so he can't afford to be passed. If he can get past Daniel, which he has the pace for, then it'll give him a more secure buffer into third. We saw somebody gesturing to the flag wavers like, when's the race going to end? These races are longer than usual, so maybe he just thinks he's been out there too long, but no, these are 20-minute races, bud. Welcome to league racing.
Yeah. Yeah, Kirk is that Kirk in the gray that you said?
Kirk is in the gray, yes, and it looks like he's trying to catch up, but unfortunately
that
mistake,
gap is growing a lot,
yeah.
especially with Aiden there.
Well, yeah, what would have happened is that...
move on the outside from Scott.
Woo!
And he gets it
it
done. What happened?
Double play? Are we going to get double play? It looks like it because Aiden's going to have the
Charlton
inside. Charlton loses out!
Charlton had no momentum coming out of there, and he was just eaten up alive as two people go by him, pretty much in an area that I never would have thought of as an overtaking zone.
It's only an overtaking zone if you let it be an overtaking zone, which is really unfortunate for Daniel.
Yeah, I feel like there might have been a mistake through the turns of 6 and 7 or something.
As the white flag comes out, what timing?
I know.
Yikes. So,
yeah, now these guys just have to hold on to these positions for one more lap.
Final lap. Aiden's in fourth, Daniel's in fifth, Scott's in third.
Yeah, so Daniel Charlton's been leading and holding that third place for all this time, and all of a sudden he went from third place to out of the final potentially.
Yeah.
We've seen how he was defensively. Maybe he just wasn't aware and pushing as hard, and he was just maybe like trying to save his race or something, like an endurance racer. But now he needs to push as hard as he can, and we'll see if he's better at that than he was at defending.
You know, the worst part about this, I literally look away from Daniel for 1 second, and that's the 1 second in which he got passed. It always happens like this. I'm cursed. Maybe if I just close my eyes, everybody's gonna race the best race of their lives. As Daniel overcooks it!
And makes another mistake.
Yeah, he's really pushing, but he pushed too hard. And unfortunately, that's it for Daniel.
Yeah, he pushed to the point where he loses time, and so unless he gets like an epic slipstream run here, which is looking unlikely.
Or if Aiden decides to try to cheekily overtake Scott, which personally I would not try to do. Aiden knows the gap behind him's opened up. I think what Aiden's going to do, he's just going to follow Scott to the line. No need to risk anything because he's already in the final. Silas makes it, Baran makes it, they just crossed the line. And here we go. Scott and Aiden make it into the final.
And Daniel Charlton, 1 lap.
Unfortunate
from
for
the
Daniel.
fastest lap. 2 laps to go. He loses 2 positions, goes from third place to out of the final, disqualified. And we will see you when the finalists grid up for Grand Prix. Hello everyone, and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park for the final race of the video. For this one, we have our top people who made it into the top 10 of the finish. We had our top 4 from the LCQ that are joining up at the back of the pack. And a newcomer to the front pack who did very well in his heat race, Davidson Mann, starting alongside, is that Paulo?
Yes, it is. Paulo's wearing red today.
Yeah, he's got the red, and he's got the Stig helmet as well with the blue reflectors.
Yeah, so Davidson gets to start on the front row, the Grand Redemption arc. So our starting order, I'm going to try to get this. Paulo, Davidson, Spencer, Seb, Todd, Thomas.
I just want to undo any potential jinxing that we're doing real quick.
William, Carmine, Donnie. I got the top 10. Alex is in 11. No, that's not Alex.
Yeah, before this race starts, I want to undo any potential jinxing. I don't want to see Davidson off at roller coaster in turn 1.
Don't say that. They're about to start.
So with the flag waved and them being away, we're going to see as they roar down the front straight. I'm not seeing any 3 wide action yet. I'm seeing 2 wide action. Where's Davidson? It looks like he drops down to about 4th place during it. But,
Third.
Yeah, 3rd place.
I heard a thunk.
Yeah, I heard a thunk in the
there
barrier.
are cars in the barrier.
There's cars in the barrier. That happened behind the container, so I wouldn't have captured it. But Davidson holds on. He loses 1 place, drops down to 3rd. And it looks like who took the 2nd place spot?
That would be Spencer, it looks like.
Spencer up in 2nd place.
So we have another Paulo Spencer 1-2. What's new?
Yeah, let's see if Davidson can close down that gap. He's pretty fast when he's when he's on the track.
Todd Hutchings took 4th place. Love to see it. He's finally having that race that he wants.
Oh, so he's going to be battling Davidson Mann for 3rd place, possibly?
Sorry about that, Alfred. I just thought people were going to crash into turn 4 because I thought a giant squabble of 2 wide cars going into 5, and that usually never ends well, but it ended well.
Yeah, these guys are bringing in their A game. After that wet race, they're just like, oh, finally, traction. Oh, yeah, sweet, traction.
Yeah, you don't want to overcook the traction, though. Just because it's a cold day does not mean that you can't overheat your tires.
That is true. We're definitely seeing a lot closer racing today because we had a lot of chaos at the beginning of the wet race, last race, but now that it's dry, people are actually able to race, and someone's pulling into the pits.
Someone's pulling into the pits.
Mechanical error?
It looks like it. I can't tell who that is, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't tell either, but the race is still going. Maybe they're looking for a better kart, and hopefully they think that they can bring it back somehow with not doing a lap.
I mean, it's a bold strategy, as we see some people complaining in Light Bulb, getting pushed wide, they think. It is dusty on the outside, so it is going to compromise you.
Yeah, and already we're seeing, like, several
Davidson has caught up
forming.
to 2nd. Davidson's,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Yeah, Davidson's going to try to pass Spencer and reclaim his 2nd place, but Spencer's hard to pass.
Yeah, we see so many different packs forming. Like, Paulo's running away because Spencer has to be defensive with Davidson, sniffing up his rear end there. And then we have Thomas, or Todd, leading a pack here.
Yep.
Of
Todd
3, with Sergey at the back of it.
Just kidding. Sergey snuck his way in.
Sergey, he's, yeah, he moved up to 2nd.
Wow, that was brilliantly done by Sergey. He just, like, saw that move and was all like, thank you, and just snuck right on by Thomas.
Oh, so Thomas is in here?
Yeah, that's why you mixed him up. The current running order, starting from the top, is Paulo, Spencer, Davidson, Todd, Sergey, Thomas. As Sebastian has to defend 7th place from, I think that is Carmine.
Did Sergey get in front of... Oh, wait, no, I see Manny in there. And that's a different person in a blue suit. And the person who rolled into the pits to get a different car.
That's not Carmine, that's Patrick. My bad. I've never seen him before. That's why I got his name mixed up.
Yep. Patrick?
Yep, Patrick. It looks like Patrick's in the orange, who sneaks by. Wow. That was a pretty quick move there. Oh, wait, no, that was Angela. I'm getting my names mixed up.
Is Patrick a new racer?
I haven't seen his name before, so I would think he's a new racer. But given how he's racing, that's not new at all. Also, just kidding, it's not Patrick. I'm pretty sure that is Wayne, because I see that 360 camera up there.
That 360 camera is so cool. If you haven't seen Wayne Kwan's videos, go check them out. I actually watched one of them, and it's cool, the perspectives that he gets with that camera.
He's going to be getting really good perspective of this battle, dang!
Which one? There's so many.
The one that he's in!
All right, I'm switching over to look at that one.
I've been looking at that battle this whole time. As Sebastian sneaks by. I just realized the standings aren't updating at all. We're still seeing LCQ. Oopsies.
Oh, we are? How many laps has it been? It normally takes about 2 laps before that updates.
Yeah, it's been about 2 laps. Let's give it a bit of time.
Yeah.
It's okay, we do it live.
One more lap, it should update. Yeah, we're using the website's API call to grab the club speed.
While I was distracted, it looks like Davidson stuck his way into 2nd and is now a cork in the bottle. Everybody's piling up behind Davidson for 2nd as Paulo just gets away with it. We see 2 corks in 2 bottles because we see Sebastian holding up, what is that, 7th?
And I see 2 wide action going into the hairpin, 2 by 2 actually. It looks like another grid is being formed around these hairpins. Sergey has moved up quite a few positions. Todd has moved down a little bit, and he's about to lose another position, it looks like. Oh, never mind, he holds it. Yeah, Sergey probably put in another whirler of a move on Todd while we were looking at the other big battle with Wayne Kwan.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to attempt to mess with the MacBook really quick. I wonder if this will refresh it. If I just do that. Maybe. Please refresh. Okay, it's not going to refresh. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just do it by eyesight like I've been doing. All right, what battle are we looking at? It's not, they're not updating, and, technical issues. It's fine. Sorry about that.
Yeah, hopefully they'll update soon. The website should still be up, right?
The website should still be up, but oh well.
Yep, oh well. Yeah, so the reason I was asking about Patrick and if he was a new racer is because there's a non-zero chance if he's a new racer. He could be my manager out there.
Wow, that's, I doubt it, but okay.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
Also,
It'd be funny.
I'm not sure if MacBooks, like, kill any processes that aren't focused. So by focusing the timing window, I'm not sure if it killed the audio and recording for like 30 seconds. So if that was the case, I apologize. You could blame MacBooks. Because I know Windows wouldn't do that.
Oh, someone's
Wayne
real
gets
slow.
Yeah, Wayne gets compromised and gets passed by everybody. Oh no!
Yeah, yeah, compromised out of that turn. Turn 1. Gets passed up on both sides down the straight, and he has some work to do if he wants to get those positions back.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I'm sure we'll catch it on his 360 camera.
Yeah, very good videos that he does. And so here we see the battle for Davidson Man trying to take back his second place that he lost at the very beginning of the race.
Man, we're just scatterbrained today. Sorry we missed all this action.
It's because there's too much action.
Too much action here.
Too much action.
That's why you should come down here in person and race with these guys. Hey-o.
I know, you get so many different perspectives from these guys. A lot of these guys have video cameras, and you'll be able to catch up all the races if you want to catch all the chaos. And it looks like we have Scott Miller doing his racing and stuff. He's moved up quite a bit of positions. I believe he's outside of the bottom 4 now, which is where he would have started at the beginning of the race, finishing the last chance qualifying.
Update on the front packs. We have Paulo running away with it, as usual. We see Spencer fending off Davidson for 2nd and 3rd. Sergey is in 4th. He got past Thomas in 5th and Todd in 6th. So unfortunately, Todd got passed by the people he passed earlier. They got their revenge. Spearheading this train in the back is Seb in 7th. Who is that in 8th? I can't tell who that is in 8th. I think that's William. Oh dear, that is David? That looks like David. Yeah, that looks like David.
Wayne.
Yeah, David and Wayne must have gotten into a scuffle as David takes that Mario Kart Ultra shortcut through the grass.
I know, I'm pretty sure you need a mushroom in order to do that without losing too much time.
And with his wet tires, he gets spun when he gets back on track. He might be stuck. Unfortunate.
Yep, that's why you got to bring in the mushrooms whenever you want to take a shortcut that big. That's not a no-item shortcut right there.
Yeah, no.
But back to the front.
Sergey.
So many different packs are forming.
Sergey in 4th, fending off Thomas and Todd in 5th and 6th. Huge gap to 7th with Seb.
Yeah, it looks like we got a 3-way battle here with Thomas now catching up to Sergey, trying to get that position back that he lost earlier on. And then it looks like Davidson still right behind Silas. Who?
Silas should be more in the back because of LCQ.
Yeah, no. Who's in 2nd place?
2nd place is Spencer.
Spencer. Yeah.
We usually see Silas in 2nd, which is understandable why you mix that up. Silas is the front runner usually.
Yeah. Also, it's an S name. But yeah, we got lots of racing all around through here. Lots of packs forming, lots of trains forming, lots of overtakes happening that is really hard to catch.
We have a 5-way train for 2nd. It looks like everybody's...
The trains came together.
Oh boy, here we go. Also worth noting, there have been many overtakes in the back that I didn't point out just because I didn't want you to take the camera off of the battle in the front. Because this battle in the front, real pressure cooker here. We got, it is, starting from second place is Spencer, Davidson, Sergey, Thomas, and Todd. In that order. That's the battle we're looking at going into turn 3.
Yeah, lots of familiar names up in this battle here. And it looks like Davidson Man's trying to break the pressure cooker a little bit, making a little bit of a move around the outside, but doesn't quite commit, with Sergey right behind. I wonder if Davidson knows about him. Will he lose out?
And about 5 seconds ahead of them is Paulo, who's just running off with the race. He can run off with the race because everybody else is battling behind him, slowing each other down, but there's not really much hope to catch up to the first place, Paulo. So, yeah, fight your heart out, fellas.
Yeah, Sergey just breaking up the middle of these packs right here. Like, such close racing going on. I think they're nose to tail pretty much throughout this whole pack here, just giving each other little bumps of encouragement throughout these corners. Very motivational stuff right here. Not sure if the people being bumped will take it as motivation, but
it should be taken as motivation. If you get bumped from the back, that's a sign. Go faster, or I'm just gonna go faster for you. That's usually how you should interpret that. Because normally, if you get bumped from the back, it's a bump draft because they want you to catch up to the person in front, so they could get that 2-for-1 special double overtake.
I see some 2-wide action going into turn 4 here. We'll see how that goes out. Looks like it might have been just an overtake that was either successful or not successful. In the back here, we see another 2-wide right there with Aiden and Scott resuming their battle from last chance qualifying.
Yeah, those two have been locked into a battle all race. They've been going back and forth.
Yeah, they've just been dueling this whole time.
Yeah, I'm sure Scott's not very happy about that because all that does is slow them down to the people up front, but they're so far behind, it's kind of inconsequential now.
Back to the front of the pack.
Roller coaster, they're all sniffing out their racing lines, trying to see who can get the best of each other. They're all really disciplined because they all have roughly equal paces. It's not so much that Spencer's a cork in the bottle. It's that they all are similar paced and they're all just waiting for somebody to leave the door open. Yeah, make a mistake or leave the door open just enough for one of them to make a move.
Yeah, it's really yeah, they're not trying to gamble out here. This is very much a skill. They're looking for the minimal risk.
For maximum reward.
Yep. Yeah, they're just looking for that dip. They're just looking for that.
We see Davidson Man make a mistake.
Yeah, he
took a little too much curb, and that gives Sergey on the inside. It looks like Sergey's going to make this move. Double 2 wide into 3.
Yep.
And Davidson keeps his position. So does Sergey, but it looks like Todd is going to have the best of this. He's got the inside to turn 2 and makes the move. So Todd moves up past Thomas. And that lets Spencer get away with it. All because Davidson took just a bit too much curb going into 4th. He was really attacking those corners as well he should. We see Sergey sniffing on the inside. And they
make it clean.
Nice. I mean, there's definitely some pushing and shoving. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. Sergey gets bumped off. Oh. That is unfortunate. They were too aggressive with that. They were fighting with everything they had, and there was a lot of contact, and Sergey lost out because of that. I don't know how
he was stuck on the outside of that 3-wide battle as everyone was just jostling to hold on to their position. Everyone was extremely stubborn throughout there, and Sergey was the one that lost the bet because he was the one who took the gamble there as tensions rose extremely high in that battle.
Yeah, on the outside to 3 wide, that's usually never ends well, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
So really unfortunate. He made the move stick, but it didn't stick hard enough.
Yeah.
And they got stuck in the grass.
So now what does this all shake out to be now?
It shakes out to be Paulo literally running away with the entire race and the championship. We got Spencer in a comfortable 2nd. We got Todd in a comfortable 3rd. Well, not quite comfortable because he's got Thomas chasing him in 4th because Davidson dropped back to 5th from all that fighting.
That battle. So yeah, Davidson has some work to catch up, and then of course we got Thomas and Todd fighting real hard. In fact, I wonder, what do you think their decision will be? Do you think they'll try to work with each other to catch up to Spencer, Or do you think they're going to battle all out for that last spot on the podium?
Knowing these two, they're going to fight tooth and nail for that last podium spot. We're in the closing stages of the race, and it doesn't look like they're going to catch up to Spencer. Knowing Spencer's pace and consistency that he's demonstrated all race, catching up to him is too tall of an order for this stage in the race. I think Thomas is going to send everything he has on Todd to take that third place away from him.
If he can catch up to Todd, because
he can catch up to Todd. They're really close.
They are close, but the gap isn't exactly as nose to tail as it was when there were 5 cars in that situation there.
Knowing these guys, anything can happen. We see Davidson gonna hope that those two fight really hard so he could catch up and reclaim those spots that he lost. Still a really good day for everybody involved, except for Sergey.
Yeah, he was the one who lost out the most, and it looks like Thomas has done that catching up there. It looks like the angles are really closing there. His nose to tail. He might be giving him a little bump draft through this next turn here, or be looking to get that draft to maybe make an overtake into roller coaster.
And here we go. Into roller coaster. Will Thomas try to make the move? It doesn't look like it. He's sniffing. He's scoping him out, trying to sniff for any opportunities. He doesn't want to be too overzealous, because I could not hear. It looks like the microphone's cut out for just a bit. But we're back. We should be back.
My microphone, is it still good?
Yeah, we're still good.
Right,
I just couldn't hear you for a second. Just minor technical difficulties. We'll fix it in post. No, we won't.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a lot to promise, but what is this train that we've been missing out on?
That would be the Sebastian train that has been cooking up this entire race.
Is that Sergey right there?
That is Sergey spearheading the train in front of Sebastian, but that's only because of that incident from earlier.
So is this about to become another Sergey
train
classic?
We might see something in turn 3. We don't see anything in turn 3.
No, they keep it clean. They look like a nice little snake as they slither through there.
That was turn 5 and 4. That you were. White flag is out. Paulo takes the white flag for the final lap. I want to focus on third place with Thomas and Todd, because this battle, they're going to leave nothing on the table. It's the final lap. They know it's the final lap. They are bumper to bumper. This could get really spicy. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. Thomas right on that bumper of Todd, pressuring with everything he's got. If, for my money, I think they're gonna try. The battle's gonna come down to turns 3, 2, and 1. Like they're gonna keep it together, and they're just gonna give. They're gonna give everything they got. I think your microphone died. That's okay. I'll take it from here. So Thomas on top of the world. Got Thomas right behind. We think Davidson's gonna try to catch up as much as he can, but Thomas trying to catch up to Spencer. Doesn't look like it. They take a little too much curb going in through. All right, down the small back straight into turn 5. Keep it clean. This part of the track is critical. Make one mistake here and it's all over. Take it just the right amount of curb. And it doesn't look like Thomas will have the run. Todd down maybe the inside to defend just a little bit. Catching up to Spencer. It looks like he's got this defended. Just 2 more corners to go, and Todd's going to be in for a podium. We see Todd. Paulo crosses the line. Everybody's rounding turn 1. Spencer's going to be in second, but who's going to take third? Todd takes third place, followed by Thomas, and Davidson rounds our top 5. I can't tell who's in 6th, but he's been having his own race this whole time. So we will see you guys for the podium ceremony. Thank you so much for watching. Your microphone's back. Take it away.
All right, yeah. So as Jeff said, we got a brilliant race out here. Huge train in the mid-pack. Nice battle for the final spot of the podium. And we'll be seeing you at that podium. And we'll have you updated on the championship results after that.
But anyways, gonna go on to the podium. Finishing in 3rd place today. You got down to a 79.022, half second behind 2nd place. We got Todd Hutchings. Woo! Get in there, Todd! Finishing in 2nd place, leading the pack behind the leader for the majority of the race out there. Get a best lap of a 79.281, 8.4 I believe. Spencer Foot. And take the top spot. Get another win. What is this, 5? 6. 6 wins on the season. 78.711. Best lap. Well, by about half a tenth. Still wouldn't further got that close. First place, off Dini. Best lap by half a tenth.